Hello students, welcome to our channel Learning Notebook. In today's video, we are going to do complete chapter of geometry for class 3. In this chapter, we are going to discuss each and every concept related to geometry. So make sure you watch the entire video. But before starting with this chapter, let me tell you that we have made videos on every chapter of class 3 mathematics. We also have interesting worksheets and quizzes for each chapter. You can find all of them on our channel Learning Notebook. Also, you can see a list of all such videos on our website. The link to our website is below in the description box. So let's see what all topics we are going to cover today in this video. First topic is point, line and line segment. Then we will understand what is ray, different types of lines, measuring line segment and how to draw a line segment. Then we will learn about plane shapes, that is triangle, quadrilateral, rectangle, square and circle. After that, we will understand solid shapes. And in the end, I will give you a worksheet on geometry for your practice. So let's start with our first topic, point, line and line segment. First, we will understand what is point. Point is the basic unit of geometry. A point shows an exact location. It has no dimensions. That means a point has no length, breadth or height. A point is represented by a dot and it is named with a capital letter. For example, this is point A, point B and point X. So, how do we read this? As I just told you, we will read them as point A, point B and point X. And how do we write these points? We will write them as A, B and X. Let me tell you a real life example of a point. For example, location of any address on map is a point. Next is line segment. A line segment is a straight path between two points. It is the shortest distance between 2 points. For example, there are 2 points D, E. So, line segment is the straight path between these 2 points. Now, let me show you how to read and write line segment. We will read it as line segment DE or line segment ED. Both the ways are fine. Similarly, we can either write it as DE or ED with a small line segment on it. Also students, do remember that a line segment has a definite length. Now, let's see some real life examples of line segment. Edges of duster or edges of a ruler. They are line segment because they have a definite length. So students, we have learned 2 properties of line segment. First is line segment has 2 end points. Like here, D and E are 2 end points of line segment DE. And the second property is that the line segment has definite length. Now let's learn about what is line? A line is a set of points which extends forever in opposite directions. For example, this is a line. The arrow on its both sides represent that a line goes indefinitely in both the directions. So students, it means a line has no fixed length. Now, let me tell you how to read and write a line. For this, we need to take 2 points. Let's take G and H. So, we read a line as line GH or line HG. Both the ways are fine. Similarly, we can write it as GH or HG with a small line drawn on it. So what properties have we learnt about line? Let's revise. First is, a line has no endpoints. Like here, in line GH, there are no endpoints. And second property is, since line extends indefinitely in both the directions, so line has no definite length. Now, let's do some exercise. Here, we need to identify line and line segments. First, take a look at figure A. A is not a straight path, so it is neither a line segment nor a line. Now, take a look at figure B. It has 2 endpoints and has a definite length. So, it means it is a line segment. Next, look at the figure C. It has 2 arrows. So, it means it is never ending. Therefore, it is a line. And the last figure, again, the last figure is not a straight path. So, it is neither a line segment nor a line. So, students, now I hope you have understood the difference between line and line segments. Now, our next topic is ray. A ray is a part of the line that has a starting point and it goes on forever in one direction. It means ray also has no fixed length. It cannot be measured. For example, this is a ray. It has a starting point called K and it goes indefinitely in one direction towards J. Now, let me show you how to read and write ray. We will read the starting point first. So, it will be read as ray KJ. Thus, students, there is only one way to read ray. That is by reading the starting point first. And now how to write it? We will write it KJ with a small ray drawn over it. Now let's see some real life examples of ray. Rays from sun and rays from flashlight. These are examples of ray because they have a starting point and they go indefinitely in one direction. So what are properties of ray? First is a ray has one end point. Like here, K is the end point of this ray. And second property is ray has no definite length
because it can extend in one direction indefinitely. Now let's learn different types of lines. So first type of line is horizontal line, or we can call it sleeping line. Like here, this pencil is lying flat on the ground, or we can say that this pencil is lying horizontally. Similarly, a line drawn horizontally is called a horizontal line. Like here, this line AB is drawn horizontally and therefore it is a horizontal line. Now let's understand second type of line, which is vertical line, or we call it as standing line. Look at this flag mast. It is standing on the ground, or we can say it is standing vertically on the ground. Similarly, a line which is drawn vertically is called a vertical line. Like here, CD is drawn vertically, so it is a vertical line. So students, do remember, anything which is lying flat is said to be in a horizontal position, while anything standing straight upright is said to be in a vertical position. Now the third type of line is oblique or slanting line. A line which is neither horizontal nor vertical is called an oblique or a slanting line. Let's take an example. Look at this figure of a ladder on a vertical wall. It is in a slanting position. So, a line which is drawn in a slanting position is called an oblique line. Here, line EF is drawn in a slanting position. So, EF is an oblique line. Now, let's move to our next topic, measuring line segment. Students, we measure the length of a line segment with the help of a ruler. Here, let's measure the length of this given line segment AB. For this, let's take a scale and place it along the line AB such that 0 is at point A. Now, see where is point B. The reading of the scale of point B is 10. It means length of the line segment AB is 10 centimeter. So this is how we measure length of a line segment. Now let's learn how to draw a line segment. Now to draw a line segment, again we will take help of a ruler. Question is, draw a line segment PQ of length 12 centimeter. So let's take a scale and first mark point P, which is at 0 mark of the scale. So remember, first point of a line segment is always 0. Now students, we have to draw a line segment of 12 centimeter. This means we have to mark second point Q at 12 centimeter mark of the scale. It is here, as you can see the pointer, 12 centimeter is here. And lastly, we will draw the line segment joining both these points to form line segment PQ of length 12 centimeter. So this is how we can draw a line segment of any length. If you still not have subscribed to our channel Learning Notebook, then do subscribe it and make sure to press the bell icon. Now let's move to our next topic: triangle, quadrilateral, rectangle, square and circle. First, let's understand what is a triangle. A figure formed by 3 line segments is called a triangle. Look at this figure. It is formed by 3 line segments. So it is a triangle. We will call it as triangle ABC. Next, a triangle has 3 sides. Like here, we have 3 sides: AB, BC and CA. Then a triangle has 3 vertices, or we can call it 3 corners. Like here, 3 vertices are A, B and C. Another important point to note is that sides of a triangle may or may not be of equal length. So students, this was all about triangle. Next, let's learn about quadrilateral. A figure formed by 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. Like here, ABCD is a quadrilateral because it is formed by 4 line segments. Next, a quadrilateral has how many sides? Yes, 4 sides. Look here, AB, BC, CD and DA. These are 4 sides of this quadrilateral ABCD. And then it has 4 vertices or 4 corners: A, B, C and D. And as we learned in triangle, sides of a quadrilateral may or may not be of equal length. Now next shape is rectangle. which is a quadrilateral. Why? Because rectangle is formed by 4 line segments. And a rectangle has how many sides? 4 sides. So here in this rectangle ABCD, 4 sides are AB, BC, CD and DA. And it has how many vertices? Yes, 4 vertices. A, B, C and D. But students, important point here to notice is that opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal. So in this rectangle, AB equal to CD and BC equal to AD. So this is all about rectangle. Now let's see the next quadrilateral, which is square. A square also has 4 sides, but all of them are of equal length. So similar to rectangle, a square also has 4 sides and 4 vertices. But the important property of square is that all sides of a square are equal. So in this square, AB equal to BC, which is equal to CD and which is equal to DA. So it means all sides of a square are always equal. Now the last one is circle. Students, this is a circle. A circle has no sides and no vertices. So this was all about plane shapes. Now let's do an exercise. Question is, which shape do the following have? The wheel of a bicycle is of which shape? Yes, circle. Next, can you tell me what is the shape of a page of the book? Yes, it is rectangle. Next, a pizza slice. A pizza slice is of triangle shape. And the last is the face of a dice. It is of square shape. Let's see the next question. Count the number of triangles in the following figure. Here we are given with a figure and we have to count the number of triangles. So let's first count the small triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 small triangles. Now look carefully. We also have big triangles. One is this and another one is this. So 6 plus 2 big triangles equal to 8. So this figure has 8 triangles.
Now in the next question, we have to count number of rectangles. So let's start with counting small rectangles. 1, 2, 3. So let's write 3. Now let's combine two of these small rectangles to form a big rectangle. So how many such rectangles are there? One is this and next one is this. So there are two such rectangles. So let's write 2. Now we can also form a big rectangle by combining all these 3 rectangles. This is the big rectangle, which is only 1. So let's write 1. So here, total number of rectangles are 6. If you still not have subscribed to our channel Learning Notebook, then do subscribe it and make sure to press the bell icon. Now let's move to our next topic, solid shapes. First, let's understand what are solids. When we kick a ball, it goes up in the air and it moves in the space. So this ball is called a solid because any object that occupies space is called a solid. Now all solids have a surface, and a surface can be a plane surface or a curved surface. Now look at these books. These books have plane surface, or we can say flat surface. Similarly, look at the top of this desk. It also has plane surface. Now students, look at this football, globe and an egg. All these have curved surfaces. But some shapes have both curved surface as well as a plane surface. For example, if we look at this log of wood, it has two plane surfaces and one curved surface. Now let's learn about solid shapes. These are cube, cuboid, sphere, cylinder, and the last solid shape is cone. Now students, to understand these solid shapes better, let's take few examples of each of them. Examples of cube are a carton box and a dice. You must be using dice in your games. This is the best example to remember cube. Now, examples of cuboid are
a book, and a matchbox. Take your maths book. It is a very good example to remember cuboid shape. Next, let's see examples of sphere. A football and a woolen ball. Students, whenever you kick a football, remember you are kicking a sphere shape. Now, examples of cylinder are a pencil and a candle. So, whenever you use a pencil, remember it is of cylinder shape. And lastly, examples of cone are a birthday cap and an ice cream cone. So, whenever you are enjoying your favorite ice cream cone, remember it is a cone shape. Now, let's understand face, edge and corner of a solid shape. First, let's understand face. The surface of a solid shape is called face. As we learned before, faces are of two types, plane face and curved face. Like in a cube, surface of a cube is a plane face as shown here. And in case of cylinder, the bottom surface is a plane face. Whereas the curved surface of the cylinder is an example of curved face. So this is the difference between plane face and curved face. Next, let's see what is an edge. Two faces meet at an edge. Edges are also of two types, straight edge and curved edge. In case of a cube, we only have straight edge as highlighted here. While in case of cylinder, we only have curved edge as shown here. Now, what is a corner? Three edges meet at a corner. Therefore, as you can see in this cube, three edges are meeting at a corner. So this was about face, edge and corner of a solid shape. Now let's take each solid shape one by one and learn about number of faces, edges and corners. First solid shape is cube. A cube has 6 plane faces. Students, you can easily remember number of plane faces of a cube with the help of a dice. A dice has numbers up to 6 because it has 6 plane faces. Now curved face, a cube has 0 curved face. Next, edges, straight edges, a cube has 12 straight edges. 4 on the front face, 4 on the back face, 2 on the top face and 2 on the bottom face. Now curved edges. A cube has 0 curved edge. And lastly, corners. A cube has 8 corners as highlighted here. Now the next solid shape is cuboid. Similar to cube, a cuboid has 6 plane faces and 0 curved face. Straight edges. A cuboid has 12 straight edges, 4 on the front face, 4 on the back face, 2 on the top face and 2 on the bottom face. And cuboid has 0 curved edges. And lastly, corners. A cuboid has 8 corners as shown here. So students, did you notice cube and cuboid have same number of faces, edges and corners? Now next is sphere. As you can see, a sphere has no plane face, but it has one curved face. Next, a sphere has no straight and curved edges. And lastly, a sphere has no corners. If you are enjoying watching videos on our channel, then do like, share and comment on our videos. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel Learning Notebook. Let's see the next solid shape, which is cylinder. A cylinder has 2 plane faces, one at the top and one at the bottom. And it has one curved face as shown here. Now edges. A cylinder has no straight edge, but it has 2 curved edges. One at the top and other at the bottom. And lastly, corners. A cylinder has no corners. Now let's see the last solid shape, which is cone. A cone has one plane face at the bottom and it also has one curved face as shown here. Next, edges. A cone has no straight edge, but it has one curved edge. And lastly, a cone has one corner as highlighted here. So students, this was all about faces, edges and corners of solid shapes. So this is the synopsis of what we learnt about faces, edges and corners of 5 solid shapes. Students, it would be really great if you make this table on your own. Then you would be able to remember the number of faces, the number of edges and corners for each solid shape. Now let's do a small exercise. Question is, identify the shape of the following objects. First is funnel. Can you tell me the shape of a funnel? Yes, it is of cone shape. Next, battery cell. It is of cylinder shape. Next, watermelon. It's quite easy. Watermelon is of sphere shape. Then we have pencil box. What is the shape of pencil box? Yes, cuboid. And then we have dice. And dice is of cube shape. Now in the end, I am giving you a worksheet for your practice. This worksheet contains questions from all the sections of the chapter which I have just taught you. If you have skipped any of the section, I will suggest you to first understand that section and then attempt this worksheet.